Hello! Kamusta ka na? Are you okay today? Kamusta ka naman? Magandang gabi sa'yo. Napakagandang gabi, no? Thanks God, it's Friday. At tayo naman ay nandirito sa hashtag Friday Real Talk or Real Talk Friday with Coach MirandaMiner, no? So kung ikaw ay masaya, malusog, maayos, kinikilig, no? At profitable, kahit hindi profitable, okay lang. Sige, type number 1, no? Type number 1, mag-type ka ng one word that describes your week so far. Kamusta naman ang iyong linggo? No? Kamusta ang iyong linggo? Sana ang iyong linggo ay maayos, excited for the weekend, no? At tayo ay masayang-masaya din because uh, halos nagdaan na naman ang isang linggo at magkakasama-sama na naman tayo, no? Medyo maaga tayo today because we have couple of things na pag-uusapan today, no? Maganda yung topic ko today. It's about impatience, no? Bakit kinakailangan, bakit minsan kailangan impatient? Ba't ganun, coach? Parang it's very ironic tsaka very unusual, no? Na sasabihin mo dapat impatience ang impatience ang sasabihin natin, no? Why are you talking about impatience, no? Very unusual. Normally, coach, sinasabi mo, be patient. Patience is virtue. We need to be patient on holding stocks, no, or coins, no. So bakit kaya? Bakit kaya, no? So we have so many things to talk about. Pero sige, ilagay mo muna yung one word. I-type mo nga yung one word that describes your week so far. Kamusta naman ang iyong linggo? Napakagandang linggo. I have met yung mga wonderful moderators na napakagagaling na moderators natin, you know? All right. Sorry to hear that, Art, no? Condolences. Actually, isa ko ding kaibigan, no? Talaga tong si COVID, no? Guys, get yourself vaccinated. Get yourself vaccinated, okay? Let's get ourselves let's get ourselves vaccinated kasi mahalaga yan, eh. No, maglagay tayo ng oras at panahon sa vaccine. Kailangan natin yung vaccination na yan, no? We need to be really focused on the future, no? Mahalaga yan. We need to be focused on the future. Para, we need to take care of ourselves. Kasi iba-iba na ngayon, eh. Meron ng, alpha, beta, lambda, echo, para mga vitamin C na nakalagay sa mga pakete ng mga milk. Na parang merong, with alpha, beta carotene, no? Parang gano'n na yung mga pangalan ng mga disease ngayon. Grabe. Ano ba yan? Anyways, so magandang gabi sa iyo. Welcome to another edition of Coach MirandaMiner's hashtag Friday Real Talk, kung saan we're gonna be talking about behaviors and traders quotient in the next 45 minutes, no? Gawin mo na tong habit. Nako, napakagandang pakinggan ng mga minsan, no? Minsan kasi nakakapurga na yung, yung mga technical analysis. Kailangan natin once in a week, no? Once in a week, we need some level of reminders, no? Kumbaga, if we allocate our Sunday on some spiritual reminders, siguro gawin natin ang Friday bilang isang trader reminder, no? We need to reflect on our behaviors. At ako, ang ginagawa ko, I'm actually preparing materials, no? I'm actually preparing materials and kumbaga, sabihin na nating preaching, no? Preaching ng behaviors in advance para ikaw bilang crypto trader, kompleto na yung experience mo. Kompleto na yung experience mo in terms of, being successful, no? Sino ba dito sa inyo ang ayaw kumita ng ₱500,000 in a month? Sige nga. Sino dito ang ayaw o sino na lang ang gustong kumita ng ₱500,000 in a month? Type number 1. Lagyan mo ng konting emphasis. Lagyan mo ng exclamation point kung talagang gusto mo, no? Type number 1, and kung gaano karaming exclamation point, ganun mo siya kagusto. You wanted to use cryptocurrency as your means of income replacement. You wanted to use cryptocurrency as a means of you getting out of your 9 to 5 job. No? Gusto mo gamitin itong cryptocurrency bilang magandang opportunity to get out of your job, no? And this is very, very doable. This is a very doable opportunity. O sige nga, coach, patunayan mo nga. Huwag ka nang lumayo. Huwag ka nang lumayo, no? Huwag ka nang lumayo. Marami na po akong pinadala, pinakita, pinost, No, paano ko ba nakukuha yung mga yan, no? Paano ba yan? Ano ka ba, coach? Computer ka ba? Ano, computer ba yung utak mo? Ba't ganyan? Bakit almost, $9,000 ng 27 days? Kahapon bearish. Bakit nananalo ka pa din? Bakit ganyan? Parang unfair, coach, unfair. No? So, stick in ka lang sa channel natin. Tuturo ko yan sa isa-isa, no? Alright, so guys, ang topic natin today is about impatience. No? Why do I believe that impatience is necessary? We will start our topic for today. When I talk about impatience, siguro mahalaga i-discuss muna natin ano ba ang pinagkaiba ng impatient at patient. Siguro makukuha natin yung magandang definition ng impatient if we further tackle the word patience. Okay. Let's go first with our topic, no, patience. Ano ba yung, coach? I mean, for us to be able to define impatience, I think it's important to put definition. Ilagay natin ng konting definition ang patience o pagpapasensya. Sabi ng Merriam-Webster, sabi ni Merriam-Webster, it's actually pronounced as patience. No? It's actually a capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. I'll read it again. The definition of patience is yung kapasidad mo na tanggapin at i-tolerate ang delay, ang trouble, and suffering without getting angry or upset. Google gave this definition. Sabi ni Google, ang patience daw ay yung kapasidad mo bilang tao na magtanggap, no? At i-tolerate mo, kumbaga tanggapin mo ang isang delay, ang isang trouble o perwisyo at suffering without getting angry. Hindi ka nagagalit. No? So, coach, ano ba ang impatience? When you say patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate, what do you now mean by impatience? Ladies and gentlemen, impatience is the tendency to be irritated. It's the tendency to be irritated or restless. It's a tendency to be impatient. Impatient is the exact opposite of patience. When you say you are impatient, wala kang capability to accept or tolerate delay. Ayaw mo ng delay, ayaw mo ng trouble, ayaw mo ng suffering. You get angry on it. Naiinis ka if there is a level, you don't have tolerance on delay. You don't have tolerance on delay. So sa mga nag-aaway dyan na magbo-boyfriend, girlfriend, sino sa inyo ang patience? No? Patient? Sino sa inyong karaniwan? No? Type number 1, kung if you are in a relationship today, sino sa inyong dalawa ang patient? Sige nga, let's do count of hands. Sa inyo bang dalawa ng asawa mo, ng misis mo, ng mister mo, ng partner mo, nakikinig sa iyo ngayon, sino sa inyo ang minsan siya yung nagbibigay? Siya yung nagpapaunawa, siya yung nagpaparaya. At sino sa inyo lagi yung, no? Parang unang kita pa lang irritable na, naiinis na, no? Naiinis na, irritated. Sino sa inyong dalawa? No? So, no, I'll give you another example, no. Sino dito ang, kasi as we kind of go along with this definition, dapat talagang unawain muna natin. Hindi ko sa iyo pwedeng ipaunawa kung ano ang impatience. Okay? I cannot give to you the definition of impatience if you are not aware of what patience is. If you're not aware of what patience is, we cannot underline the definition of impatience. So I'll give you an example, no? I'll give you an example. Sino sa inyo dito nakakita ng rubric? No? Obviously, na-invento ni Mr. Rubric yan. No? Sino sa inyo dito ang minsan pag may hawak ng rubric, they will try to put the cubes together, color by color. Pero pag nahawakan na at hindi na masolve yung pinakailalim, they will just give up. No? Sino dito yung ganong, they'll just easily give up because they cannot find yellow to yellow, orange to orange, red to red, black to black. They could probably even try. Sisimulan lang nila yan. Sisimulan nila, no, na magkaroon ng mga patterns, pero pag hindi na makuha, they will just give up. They will just give up. Sino sa inyo? Sino sa inyo? Itaas niyo ang inyong kamay because ako minsan, to be honest with you, sa dami ng ginagawa ko, I will try to do this, but oftentimes, I don't have the full luxury of time to finish the entire rubric. Pero nai-impress ako sa mga taong ganito, no, na parang sometimes parang tumatakbo ba yung utak nila, napakabilis. Parang paano niyo nakukuha na pagsamasamahin in a manner of seconds? I think it's what you call linear and logical troubleshooting, no? Linear and logical arrangements. Meron siyang puzzle na tumatakbo sa utak niya in terms of how to fix a rubric. May mga ganyan tao. May mga ganyan tao, no? Alright? So, kwentuhan muna kita about a particular story, no? Meron tayong isang storya ngayon. Okay? So, it's a story about patience, no? And impatience. Okay? So, gusto mo ba ng storya? Gusto mo ng storya, no? Alright, sige. Itong storya natin today is about, sabi ko nga, kailangan para maunawaan mo kung ano ba ang impatience, you need to know what patience is. No? You need to know what patience is all about. So, kukwentuhan muna kita ng isang storya para maunawaan mo. So, obviously, sabi nga ni Google, patience is the ability to accept or tolerate. Yung root word natin, operative word natin is tolerate. No? Tolerate delay without becoming annoyed or anxious and without responding in disrespect or anger. No? Disrespect or anger. All right. So, today, different tayo. Today, different. Yung trend natin, different. No? Sasabihin ko sa iyo, no? Sige nga, reduce 10 kilograms of your weight in 1 week. Sige nga, I need you to get rich in 1 month. No, in 1 month, no? Minsan, pag pinakinggan mo 'yon, attractive yung sentence. Parang, oh, get rich in 1 month, no? Oh, reduce 10 kilos of yourself, no? No? Minsan yung mga pangungusap na yun, it's very attractive, no? Pero if you further look into it, sa words lang siya attractive. In reality, gusto talaga natin ng fast results. Sa bilis na nangyayari sa mundo, no? If you want to get results, no? If you want to get results faster, better, more efficient, what do we do? What do we do if you want to get faster results? Sometimes we pay. No, we pay for it, we subscribe. Diyan na imbento yung Netflix. Bakit na invento ang Netflix? Sawang-sawa ka ng mag-rent ng mga DVD at VCD sa Video City, di ba? Sino sa inyo dito yung minsan hindi na nagsoli ng DVD? Umamin ka. Umamin ka, hindi ka na nakasoli ng DVD at VCD. No, hindi mo na nakuha. Bakit kaya? Ba't mo kaya hindi nakuha yun? No? Bakit kaya hindi mo nakuha yun? Alright? So, may mga ganun talagang bagay na minsan if you further look into it, minsan may mga bagay talaga tayong mahirap talagang ay nako. Anyways, alright. So balik tayo sa kwento, no? Sa kwento. Alright. Meron akong isang storya, sabi ko nga, no? Once there was a great king. There's a great king. He was actually traveling alone in the forest. And soon, he lost his way. You know, he lost his way. And looking around from the hilltop, he could not see any people or villages. He can't see any people or villages. It was becoming dark. Okay? And after some time, nakakita siya ng isang bahay na merong konting ilaw. Well, nasa long distance, no? Then he started walking into the direction and soon, nakakita siya ng isang parang bahay kubo. No? Sa labas ng bahay, merong isang old woman who was cleaning the place, no? And after nakita niya yung king na inakala niya, okay, makinig mabuti ha, inakala niya yung king, okay, is a soldier, is a soldier, okay, um, sabi niya, binigyan niya ng tubig yung mama. Sabi niya, "Oh, ito po yung tubig, no? I want you to drink," no? And then, nag-spread siya ng isang mat para makapag-relax, no? And then, yung hari nag-relax. Yung hari nag-relax. Okay? So, the king was so hungry and he quickly wanted to ask the old lady. Sabi niya, meron ba kayong pagkain dyan? No? So, yung isang matandang babae, naglabas siya. Naglabas siya ng isang hot rice, and nilagay niya doon sa harapan nung hari. Sabi nung hari, gutom na ako, sabi niya. And he was so hungry and he quickly put his fingers on the hot food. The hot food burned his fingers and he spilled some rice on the floor during the process. No, kinalat niya yung nagkalat siya. Nagkalat siya ng kanin sa sahig. Nagkalat siya ng kanin sa sahig. Okay? So, hearing the old woman's words, no, the king was very surprised kasi nagulat din yung matandang babae. No? Sabi ng matandang babae, "Oh, kasi you're very impatient and hasty like your king." Tandaan mo, sabi niya kanina, ang akala niya dun sa hari, ito ay soldiers nung hari. Sabi niya tuloy dun sa hari, na hindi niya alam na talagang king. Sabi niya, "Oh, because you're too hasty and impatient like your king," sabi niya. "That's why you have burnt your fingers and lost some food." Tapos sabi ng hari, "O sige nga, bakit mo ba naisip na yung hari is impatient tsaka haste, mga nagmamadali lagi?" Sabi nung matandang babae, "Alam mo kasi anak, no? Yung hari kasi natin sometimes he is having a big dream capturing all his enemy from all his enemy forts," sabi niya. At during the process, ini-ignore niya yung mga maliliit na mga forts and trying to capture only the big ones. Sabi nung hari, hindi ba tama yung ginagawa ko? Parang tama naman yun ah. Tama naman yung ginagawa ko na I'm actually capturing enemy from the big ones to the small ones. Sabi nung babae. Alam mo anak, sabi niya, kasi ang impatience tulad ng pagkain mo ng pagkain, tingnan mo, na paso yung kamay mo at nasayang ibang pagkain. Sabi nung hari, pero teka, I think it's good naman, 'di ba? Anong problema sa pag-conquer into the big ones versus the small ones, no? Sabi naman ng babae, in the same way that the king's impatience to defeat the enemies quickly is also causing him a loss of men in his army as well as to worry him, no? So instead, sabi niya, if you would have been eating the food doon sa gilid muna ng pinggan na mas malamig na, and then doon sa gitna, sana hindi nasunog yung kamay mo, no? So, in the same time, sabi ng babae, matanda, dapat as a king, tina-target mo muna yung mga nasa labas, yung mga small forts, to strengthen your position. This will help you capture the bigger forts without loss of men from your army. Sabi ng hari. So, yung hari, naunawaan niya, sabi niya, I realized my mistake and that one, sabi niya, yung patience niya dapat and dapat meron siyang patience and dapat he's avoiding making hasty decisions. So that is the story of what you call patience between an old lady and the king. Moral of the story, no? When you want to achieve something in life, first you understood the process of what it takes to achieve and work on it. Instead, if you're looking for quick results, you will become impatient and never achieve what you want in life. Okay? Sometimes it's good, no? It's good to hear those types of stories. But in reality, may pagka fairy tale story. In reality, there is some element of impatience that can also work. Why do I think that the king in that discussion is correct? And why not the old women? Sometimes kasi we are being put on a box kung saan, oh, fairy tale story, kailangan we need to be patient, no? Merong moral yung story, kumbaga, oh, napaso yung kamay mo, no? But in reality, there is some level of lens that the king has, no? The king has, that's why he is impatient. And that is our story for, that is our real story for today. So, ano ba? If patience is a virtue, can the impatience of the king become our savior? Can the impatience of the king become our savior? Sometimes kasi, or oftentimes, sinasabi natin, patience is the virtue. Pero, baka naman ang impatience natin is our savior. Sabi ko nga kanina, sa mga nakakaalam, no, ng Video City, because we are impatient of the poor customer service, our feedback is able to change the world. Because of our impatience, we give long list of feedback so customers and corporations grow. Because of our impatience, sincere feedback comes out and thereby innovation is born. Because of our impatience, our parents have tried to adapt. Our kids have tried to adapt. And so on and so forth. As a society, because of our impatience, no? Because of our impatience, we give recommendations to better the process. We give recommendations, oh, ipagawa mo tong daan na to. Let's try to cement the road. Let us try to create more bridges, more roads because we are impatient. We need to value our time. Sometimes when we look at impatience in our real lives, no, it's because of impatience. That's why our innovation discussion happens. Sometimes impatience is the cause of us to develop ourselves further. Sometimes impatient could be the savior. Why are we motivated? Bakit tayo motivated, no? Why are we motivated, on impatience? Kasi minsan, alam mo ba, dahil sa impatient ka, no? Dahil sa impatient ka, nakakita ka ng mga bagong daan. Nakakita ka ng mga bagong ruta. Dahil sa impatient ka, ayaw mo ng traffic, you are now trying to find a better schedule of your work. The companies are inventing a flexible work hours because we are impatient, kasi impatience motivates us to reduce the cost of reaching our goal or to switch goals. If there's a traffic, ladies and gentlemen, alam mo ang traffic ng EDSA is 5 o'clock. What do? Sometimes, because you are impatient in traffic, sometimes you wait for until 7. Or sometimes you ask for an opportunity to work from home from your boss. Because you are impatient, gumagawa ka ng paraan at ng other options to reduce the cost of doing the same job. Impatience, I'm trying to demystify to you guys, I'm trying to demystify to you the value of impatience. Because of your inability to tolerate suffering, because of your inability to tolerate torture, suffering, etc., you are impatient. And because you are impatient, you look for other options. You never settle. When we realize that it's going to cost us more, mentality natin, it starts to work. Yung aha moment natin, it starts to open. And true enough, ladies and gentlemen, MirandaMiner, kapag tayo ay impatient, we start looking for ways to avoid additional cost in time, pain, distraction, credibility, or opportunity. Ergo, impatience is not always incorrect. Impatience is not always incorrect. Ulitin ko Because we are impatient, we start looking for ways to avoid additional cost in time, pain, destruction, credibility, or opportunity because of impatience. Because of impatience, you know, sometimes we even make better ideas. Because we are impatient pursuing a topic we really don't want, we eventually come up with an even better book. An author named J.K. Rowling made one of the best sellers when she was actually depressed. When she was actually depressed. Sometimes we create awesome books because we are impatient. Sometimes we create awesome stories because we never settle on whatever is good. Sometimes we never settle because we wanted more. We never settle for an ordinary book because we know we can create an even better book. And most often than not, magkaaminan tayo, karamihan sa mga taong walang pasensya, sila pa yung sobrang successful. Why? Why are these people ultra successful? Why are the people who are impatient sometimes are the ones who are very successful in life? Alam mo kasi, MirandaMiner, impatience is tinitrigger yan if you have a goal. And if you have a goal, yun yung operative word eh. If you have a goal, and sabi ko nga, if you realize na magiging costly kapag pinursu mo to, nagiging impatient ka, and your impatience is allowing you to look for other options. Imaginein mo, umupo ka sa isang kwarto na blanco yung utak mo. You will not be impatient. You're just there, no? Now, sabi ko nga, no, impatience is triggered when you have a goal. Okay, let's do this, no? If you decide that you want to go out and you want to do something fun, nagkaroon ka na ng goal. No? Okay? Pero hindi ka pa impatient. Pero pwede that you are trying to set yourself up for it already. You're trying to set up yourself to become impatient. Okay, for example, let's suppose that you call a friend and to see if she is available to do something at hindi siya available. Now, you might grow a little bit impatient already. And the longer it takes someone to go out with it, the longer it takes for you to find someone, the more you become impatient. So, yung impatience na yan, lumalabas yan kung meron tayong goal. We will never be impatient in trading if we don't have a profit goal. We will never be impatient if we think we will get something from it. We will never be impatient kung alam natin makaka-profit pa tayo sa trade na yun. We will never become impatient if there is no trigger. So true enough, impatience is not, ito I will try to demystify, no? Medyo kakaiba to sasabihin ni Coach ha. Impatience is not a lack of patience. O aha moment yan ha. Impatience is not a lack of patience. Yung word na impatience, it's two words yan, no? I am and patience, which on its face means lack of patience. Pero patience kasi seems like a substantial thing. It's like a mental process. In contradiction, yung impatience is isang pag-iisip to be nothing but a lack of patience. Pero balik rin natin. Alam nyo ba, ang impatience, it turns out, it is a very particular mental and physical process na natitrigger lang under a specific circumstances. Okay? Under which mas lumalabas yung decisiveness natin. Because we are impatient, lumalabas yung suggestions natin. lumalabas yung out-of-the-box thinking natin. Lumalabas yung innovations natin. Lumalabas yung mga idea na hindi mo naman alam saan mo kinuha yun, but it just also happened na inisip mo siya because you are not tolerating this particular traffic in EDSA. Nagkataon lang na yung patient na tao, the person was not triggered. Hindi katulad ng taong isang impatient when others normally would have been, no? Pero in between the two, tingnan mo mabuti ha, in between the patient person and the impatient person, on the same scenario, sino ang nakaisip ng another idea to fix a problem? Is it the patient or the impatient one? Because of the impatience of the king, the old lady did not know that the king actually has conquered the entire country. Huwag tayo magpapadala sa fairy tale stories na, yung pala yung moral ng story, that's becoming patient. But what we don't know as traders is that the appetite of the king, hindi sa pagkain yung appetite niya na sumakop ng malaking bansa, it's because of him being impatient. You are being awarded by a lot of countries as a king because you never are patient on mediocrity. You are never patient on being ordinary. You are never patient on just being so-so. Impatience is the birthplace of innovation. Impatience in poverty is the birthplace of rich people. Impatience on okay na yan, okay na yan, okay na yan. Impatience on those statements evolved a particular civilization. Because of our parents being impatient on having an ordinary life, they're impatient of having their kids go to the same scenario na nagkaroon sila. That's the reason why they're sending their kids to a private school. As traders, huwag tayong magkapadala sa mga fairy tales. We need to look at the reality and the value of what we can get. Ulitin ko yung definition kanina. Impatience is the inability to tolerate suffering. If you are in a relationship, why are you always going to be patient kung sinasaktan ka na niya? Why are you always going to be patient kung ayaw mo na? Why are you always going to be patient kung ikaw na lang lagi ang nagbibigay? That is not wisdom. That is not wisdom. Impatience is not a lack of patience. Impatience is when we strive for even better. Impatience is when we look for the better. Impatience is the art of letting go. O, di ba? Art of letting go na sinabi si Coach. Ano ba yung art of letting go na yan? No? Impatience happen because we know we have a goal. We have an option. Kaya maraming tao na mayaman, no, na impatient is because they know they have options. For example, bakit impatient ang isang tao sa isang mahabang linya? For example lang sa isang grocery store, no? No? Why are they impatient? Because they know they have a choice. No? Alam nila if they are not able to get what they want, they can always move to another company. They can always move to another company. If you are impatient, you have options para kang pagpipilian. No? And I'm not saying you quit your job right now. I'm not saying iwanan mo yung trabaho mo ngayon. I'm just saying that my definition of someone na impatient is yung taong alam niyang may option siya. Alam niyang meron siyang pagpipilian eh. No? Alam niyang may pagpipilian siya. Okay? Alam niya as a person that meron siyang choice. For example, when we are partly done with the project, no? And nakaisip tayo ng isang idea. For example, meron kayong IT project, no? At nakaisip kayo ng isang mas maganda pang idea sa isang better project. We grow impatient. And in general, the more options that you have, the more prone that you will become impatient. Tandaan mo, any project will have its dips, no? There will be moments that you will feel that you're actually on top of things and optimistic, and the others when they're not sure of the project will work at all, no? If we have no other project to work on, we can be fairly patient and just solve the problems as they come. In the other hand, if we have other dozen projects we could be working on, we're much more likely to abandon the current one kung mas mahirap siya. So bakit impatient ang isang trader? Kasi alam niya marami siyang options. Bakit ang isang trader impatient? Kasi alam niya maraming gumagalaw na trade. Bakit impatient yung trader? Kasi alam niya makakikita pa siya ng mas malaki sa isang trade na to. No? Kikita pa siya ng mas malaki sa isang trade na to. So, bilang isang trader, when is it good to be impatient? When does it become good to become impatient? When does it become good, tandaan nyo to when does it become good to become impatient? Kailan yan, coach? When does it become good to become impatient? Unang-una, bilang trader, knowledge is power. Kapag naunawaan mo how impatience works, you can manage it better. We can put your impatient energy and use it when it's time to speed things up and change course. Sabi ko kanina, ang definition ng impatience, ito ay pamamaraan kung saan tayo, we're not tolerating mediocrity. We're not tolerating being ordinary. We're not tolerating pwede na. Hashtag pwede na. Hindi pwedeng ganun. So, when is it okay to be impatient in trading? It's okay to be impatient in trading if you keep on trading your non-bread and butter. If you keep on trading those that are not giving you profits. It's okay to be impatient in trading if trading is not adding value to you. Okay lang na maging impatient ka sa trading, no? Kung mali yung sistema mo. So what you do? Art of letting go. Let it go. Sabi nga ng isang pangbatang kanta, let it go. Sabi ng anak ko, let it go, daddy. No? Kumakanta siya na parang Elsa, meron pang suot na cape. Diba? Meron pang ganung suot. We can put our impatient energy to use when it's time to speed things up or change the course. You could use your impatient energy when it's time to let go. Do not hold on with your losing trade. You need to be impatient if the trade goes out of your way. If you keep on holding on to that trade na hindi mo naman pinalano, di na-liquidate ka na. If you keep on holding on to that particular trade na you never planned in the first place, bukas liquidated ka na. Why are you holding on? Why are you holding on to a particular trade that you never planned? Why are you not impatient? No? Ayun ang sinasabi ni coach. Kailangan mong impatient ka. Why do you need to be impatient? Kailangan impatient ka doon sa mga paulit-ulit na lang na mali na ginagawa mo, pero inuulit mo pa din. You need to be impatient with those types of behaviors. Bakit ka nag-hold on sa isang relationship na hindi na tama? Bakit ka nag-hold on sa isang trade that is against the way of the market? Yung mga examples na sinabi ko kanina, those are my examples to demystify impatience. Kasi akala natin impatience is always incorrect eh. Hindi natin alam ang impatience, it challenges our persona. It challenges us to think even better. It challenges you. Sina-challenge ka niya para mag-isip ng mas maayos, mas maganda, mas mataas, mas may ambisyon ka because you are impatient to your current situation. Hindi ka na okay sa okay lang. Gusto mo mas maayos. That's why you are impatient. Even on trading. Pag let go na yung trading. Let go that particular trade. Kung hindi mo naman pinalano, that's when you need to be impatient. Yung tinuro ko kanina, the way that we demystify impatience is empowering you. I hope it empowers you to ask the right questions when you find yourself impatient. Unang-una, is it part of my goal? Is it part of my trading plan? Do I think this will even cost me even higher pag tinuloy ko tong planong ito? Meron ba akong additional na cost na pwedeng mangyari pag tinuloy ko tong maling trade na to? Am I going to blame others dahil sa mga cost na to? Ito ba ay pagkakamali nila o pagkakamali ng taong pinagbasahan ko sa Facebook o pagkakamali ko? Ito ba if I stop this particular trade, do I have any other options? Should I find a way to limit my exposure and add new options? Meron bang ibang other way to reduce the cost of reaching my new profit goal? Or is this time to abandon this particular trade? When your cut loss is hit, do you normally become impatient or patient? Sige nga, tanungin kita, when your cut loss is hit, do you normally become impatient or patient? Pag na-hit na yung cut loss mo, do you still add? Do you still add more funds? If your cut loss or position size is hit, what do you do? Do you have impatience? Do you have impatience? When your value at risk is maxed out, what do you do? Do you have impatience? Can we be impatient and already close the trade because we know magiging costly sa atin yan? If your value at risk and your cut loss are hit, I need you to become impatient. If it's going to cost you more money, I need you to become impatient. Ngayon, kung plano mo naman talaga mag-hodl, you are willing to take all the risk, and then okay lang to be patient. But in the first place, if you never planned that trade, if you never planned at nakinig ka lang kung kaninong Poncio Pilato, sinabi niya tataas eh. Sinabi niya tataas. Diba? Sinabi niya tataas, edi finalo mo, hindi mo ang pinalano eh. Pinalano niya, hindi mo yung tinitrade mo, yung pinalano niya. Yung tinitrade mo, yung nakita mo sa Facebook. Yung tinitrade mo, pinasok mo lang dyan kasi nakita mo sa Facebook. Diba? And kung cut loss ka, kung na-hit na yung cut loss mo, yung value at risk mo, hindi ko pa bumibigay, that's not already, that's not wisdom. You need to be impatient about that. The other way that you can be impatient is when you trade without a plan. You need to be impatient. You need to be impatient. And lastly, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be impatient when it is not working anymore. Pag hindi na healthy yung relationship, pag hindi na healthy yung trade, you need to let it go. Be impatient if it's not working anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, because I was able to challenge myself, because I was able to challenge myself to become even better, and yes, I will admit, I am oftentimes impatient. I'm oftentimes impatient because I don't want to tolerate ordinary and mediocrity. Sometimes ako ay impatient dahil gusto ko mas maganda, mas maayos, at dahil alam kong merong option. I am impatient because I know that there are bread and butter trades that I can trade. I have an option. I am impatient and it's helping me to look for even better profitable trades. I am impatient not to trade grade D setups. I am impatient because I always want to trade my most profitable setup. And because I am impatient, ladies and gentlemen, I was able to earn $9,100 with a 100% win rate and 157% cumulative PNL in August 1 to August 27, despite the market is a bear, despite the market is in a cycle, despite there is volatility, despite there is volatility of 13%, I am extremely profitable because I am impatient on the right areas. Ako ay walang pasensya sa mga trades na hindi ako kikita. Wala akong pasensya doon sa mga trades na papagurin lang ako. Wala akong pasensya doon sa mga trades na kikita lang ako ng maliit. I am willing to wait for the right setup where I can earn a lot of money. I have impatience on quantity. I want quality. I have impatience on just looking for the ordinary. I am impatient on just settling for the ordinary because I know I have my grade A trade and I could always trade to the most profitable setup. I will challenge you, ladies and gentlemen. I will challenge you right now that sometimes impatience can help. Sometimes you need to be impatient on those trades na hindi ka naman talaga pinapanalo. You need to be impatient on those trades na nakita mo na before, ulit mo pa rin sinusubukan. Pero saan ka dinadala? Sa red zone. Ulit mo rin sinusubukan pero alam mong mali. Why are you always patient on the things that are wrong? Why are you always patient on relationships that are not working anymore? Why are you always doing it to yourself? After all, patience is defined as the capacity to tolerate pain, suffering, loss. Let me ask you once again. As a trader, do you have the capacity to tolerate loss, anger, disparity, ordinary, mediocrity, trade losses, etc.? Do you have the capacity to tolerate all of those? Honestly, if you don't have the capacity to tolerate all of that, then let me congratulate you. Because I know you are with me to tolerate profitability. With that said, sana may natutunan ka today. Sana you learned something today from Coach MirandaMiner. I hope you learned something, no? I hope may natutunan ka na dapat talaga tayo sa buhay natin, even in our lives, no? It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be impatient because you know you have a choice. It's okay to fight for that choice because you could never tolerate pain, trouble, and suffering. Tolerance is okay. But when you have a choice in trading, do not tolerate negative trades. Huwag mong i-tolerate yung mali. Hindi naman yan ang pupuntahan mo eh. Sinasayang mo lang yung oras mo. Sinasayang mo lang yung oras mo. And don't get me wrong, minsan sinasabi natin, you need to be patient. That's also fine. When I say impatience is okay, I don't mean to minimize the value of patience. You need to be patient kapag tama yung ginawa mo. You need to be patient if that is the best of the best of the best of all the options and hold on to it, fight for it. But do not be tolerating pain and suffering if you know you have an even better choice. If you know that that is not yet your bread and butter. So, anyways, medyo malalim yung usapan natin today, no? Nagustuhan mo ba? Type number 1 kung medyo may natutunan today. May natutunan today at ako nag-i-enjoy ako mangaral, no? Kasi napakasarap mangaral. Parang ang sarap magturo ng Trader's Quotient, no? Parang ang sarap mag-motivate ng mga tao ngayon, no? Na parang they need to, kasi ang sarap magturo, alam mo, lalo if you can help the community. If you can help the community even become better, alam nyo ba guys, makinig kayo mabuti ha. Sa dami po ng mga nababasa kong letter everyday, mga gusto mag-enroll ng course natin, minsan emotional si coach. Alam mo kung bakit? Kasi minsan, nababasa ko, sabi nung isang letter, Coach, meron po akong anak, gusto ko na pong umayos yung buhay namin, gusto ko na pong umayos yung mas maganda pa yung buhay namin, no? Sana po matulungan niyo po ako. No? So parang dinudurog yung puso ko pag ganun. Parang, I mean, I barely know the person. I barely, and I wanna help the person. Gusto ko talaga makatulong doon sa letter na yun, no? Sabi niya sa akin, Coach, talagang pakiramdam ko talaga pag nag-enroll ako sa course mo, talagang makakaahon kami sa hirap. Ang sarap pong pakinggan. Kung pwede ko nga lang pong ihati-hati yung sarili ko para turuan ng maraming tao, para talagang kumita, I will do that eh. Minsan nadudurog yung puso ko na parang, nadudurog na masaya ako kasi nakikita ko yung mga tao, they really trust the system. They really trust you na, okay, I will give you time just to be able to, coach, may anak ako, 4 po yung anak ko, galing po ako sa ibang bansa, inalugi po yung business ko. Lahat na nabasa ko, lahat na ng mga nabasa ko, parang minsan nakakadurog ng puso. No? So, anyways, guys, that is our topic for today. I hope you learned something from it. No? Impatience when you need to be patient. Impatience, when you don't need to be patient. All right? O sige. All right, sige na, mag-raffle na tayo. Mag-raffle na tayo. Alam ko ready na kayo, no? Alam ko ready na kayo. Sige, mag-raffle na tayo. Okay? And just give me a second. Okay, wait lang. Okay, just give me a second. Uy, parang lumipad si Ada. Congratulations, guys. Sabi ko sa inyo. Ano pang presyo ni Ada? Parang 2 point something na yata. Ang galing naman ito. Okay, wait lang. Wait. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Sige, let's move on, no? Let's comment picker tayo. Let's do pick a random comment. Let's pick a random comment. Okay, thank you ha, Mary Grace. Salamat, Arnel. Maraming salamat, Jay. Thank you. Sa mga maraming magandang nag-comment. Coach, grabe, Coach, parang kinukurot puso ko sa pakikinig sa inyo. Salamat, Coach. Oy, thank you, Faith. Thank you. Salamat, Tabi, Coach. Diyos mabalos. Oy, Diyos mabalos, Rodney. Diyos mabalos po sa inyong gabos dyan sa Bicol. Sa gabos ng mga tugang natin dyan naka-star sa Kamsur, sa Naga. Yung gabos ng pamilya natin dyan naka-star sila ngunyan dyan sa Bicol. Di ko aram kung nakikinig sindangon yan ngayong bangge, pero greetings sa lahat, no? Mga kababayan natin wherever you are in the world, no? Mga kababayan natin, mga Bicolan, mga Manoy, Manay, alright? Okay. Let's do this now. Teka lang. Thank you. Okay, wait lang. Uy, thank you, Alvi. Sabi niya nakakaiyak daw po yung kwento ko. Uy, di kita pinapaiyak, Alvi, ha? Makinig lang tayo every Friday dito, no? Buti na lang nakabaylong ako kay Ada, Coach. Good job sa iyo, Val. Okay, thank you. Alright. Miguel Marcelo, salamat sa smiley. Michael, thank you, Coach. Salamat din. COTD, meron pa. Just email me, coachmirandaminer@globalmirandaminer.com. Email mo lang ako. I can add you to the class. Okay, Real Talk Friday, Melvin, salamat sa iyo. Daryl, thank you. Chris, thank you din. Uy, Richard, kamusta? Yung nga eh. Alam mo, kwento ko lang sa inyo, no? Merong may mga hinar kasi na, tingin ko lang naman to, no? May mga conspiracy ako dito na makikita. Ang dami na lang ginawang car niya over the past couple of days kasi magsi-September na. Yan lang naman ang tingin ko. Hindi ko alam kung nabasa nyo rin, o nakita nyo rin yung ganyang perspective ko, no? Marami kasing mga ganyan, mga bad PR na hinahire para gumawa ng kung ano-anong istorya, kung ano-anong mga negativity, para ibitawan mo yung coin. Biglang lumipad ng 2.86 na naman. eh di pasok ka na naman, 'di ba? So, yun nga, I mean, dun mo that's siguro dun mo kailangan gamitin yung patience mo, 'di ba? 'Pag talagang alam mong maganda yung coin, eh di ano ka, 'di ba? Anyways, sige raffle na tayo, anong oras na 'no? Alright, let's do one. This is for our hashtag I believe in BingBon and hashtag MirandaMiner road to 50,000. Okay, this winner will win 500 pesos. Okay, alright, congratulations to you. Let's pick a name. Christian Jemwell Mikumau. Christian Jemwell Mikumau. Hashtag thank you Miranda Miner. Hashtag I believe in BingBon. Hashtag Miranda Miner. Road to 50,000. Let's go. 50K is waving. Christian Jemwell Mikumau. Andito ka ba? Are you here? Are you here? Are you here? Christian, are you here? Christian Jemwell Mikumau. Congratulations. Are you here? Christian. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, wala. Let's have one more. Let's have one more. Let's have one more. Okay, let's do one more. Sayang, sayang, sayang. One more. EJ. EJ, andito ka ba? Ikaw ba to, EJ? Paramdam ka. Pagalawin mo yung baso. Nasaan ka? EJ? Okay. Habang nag-aantay tayo, isa pa daw. Wala daw yata. Let's have one more. Wait lang. Random comment. Archie De Ases. Thank you, Coach, for daily earnings and learnings you share for us. More power. Hashtag thank you, MirandaMiner. Hashtag I believe in BingBon. Archie De Ases, are you here? Oy, ayun, teka lang. Andiyan pala si EJ. Naku, sorry naman, Archie. Andiyan pala yung EJ. O sige na. Panalo na yung EJ. O sige, andiyan ba si EJ? Oh, okay. Yung Christian nandiyan, yung Archie nandito ba? Nandito ba si Archie? Ayun. O sige, since nasabi ko na rin si Archie, Ira, ibigay na rin natin, no? Akala ko wala si EJ. Ira, let's also give it. So today dalawa ang winner natin, no? Si Archie tsaka si EJ. Congratulations. Dapat isa lang talaga pero since nabunot ko na yung pangalan mo, kaya namang hindi ka ipanalo, no? Sige, congratulations sa iyo. Guys, tomorrow yung raffle natin, tomorrow na tayo magra-raffle ng Samsung A7 Lite. Tsaka isang Realme C25 ng telepono, tsaka isang what's this? Isang 3,000 pesos, tsaka isang t-shirt, tsaka isang mug. Tapos 5 consolation prize na 500 pesos. So bukas, pag wala ka dito at nabunot yung pangalan mo, nananalo ka ng isang Samsung A7 Lite at wala ka dito at hindi ka nag-comment, okay, hindi mo makukuha yung prize mo. We will raffle again one person. Need to be here, sayang kung subscriber. Kasi ikaw nakakapag-message ka sa akin today, no? Kasi subscriber na kita, no? Pero pag wala ka dito bukas, pasensyahan tayo, hindi ka makakakuha ng Samsung A7 Lite. Brand new yun, Magandang pang trade, pang mayaman yun. anyways. Oy guys, maraming salamat sa inyo, no? Maraming salamat. At ako, I will not give any quotes for today because we have our Monday Real Talk, no? Sana natutunan mo today yung sinabi ni Coach. I hope you have learned something today and I hope that as a trader, you're able to learn and earn and become profitable because I have some reminders that I've given to you. Okay? So with that said, maraming salamat ulit. At sana natulungan ka ng programang ito. I hope that you are able to become very, very profitable in everything that we mentioned here. Natutunan mo siya. And again, good night. Maraming salamat. Tomorrow, see you in our Crypto Night Saturday live. All right, guys. Good evening, and have a good rest of your night. Bye.